How's it going out there, fight fans? Brent Dolan for Overtime Heroics MMA, joined by the one and only Tom Big Nasty O'Connor. How's it going? Tom? Doing great. Thanks for joining us here at Overtime Heroics MMA.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to talk MMA, excited to talk my fight. And yeah, it lines up perfectly. You know, I love hockey and MMA, and same thing your podcast is about.
Perfect. Awesome. Now, speaking of talking about your fight, you do have a fight scheduled, Unified MMA 45. That's Friday, May 6th, going down in Calgary, Alberta. Originally scheduled to take on Jesse Arnett. Now he had to pull out of the fight for reasons there. New opponent now, John Noon. Any kind of change up in training with the change of opponents, or just business as usual for yourself?
Yeah, of course. Definitely a few changes. You know, I have to change the tactics a bit. Go in, look at John's film, and watch him. I mean, he's been rising like on the local scene. He's from around here too, so I know him already, and I've seen him fight a bit. And so definitely a few changes tactic-wise, but for the most part, I love what I do, and I love doing it. So I'm just trying to present on May 6th the best version of Tom Big Nasty O'Connor, whatever best version of Big Nasty MMA, and showcase those skills. So training wise, definitely some of the game plan, the tactics, and preparing for a different opponent that way. But otherwise, sharpening all my skills, making sure I'm doing what I love to do at the best of my ability, and leveling up that way.
Awesome. Good stuff there. Now, do you find any added pressure fighting in your home province there? I mean, you're fighting relatively close to home. You're fighting another Alberta boy. I expect the crowd is going to be insane for this one. It's going to be fun to watch. Do you find any added pressure, or do you let that fuel you?
On fight night, same thing is all the training, everything. I love all the training. I love martial arts, but my favorite part of it all is fight night, and getting to go and perform and perform for the crowd, put on a show and put on a fun fight. And so the added pressure, not as much. And I really I've only got the opportunity to fight in my own province once before in Lethbridge against Curtis DeMars, and that was the craziest energy I've felt in the building ever. And I know it's a bias because hometown, and I'm usually the underdog fighting someone from their hometown, so I'm the enemy usually. And John being from Calgary, it'll be similar, but I think it'll just come down to just being a fun fight that all the local fans get super excited about. So I'm really excited for the energy in the building and feeling it as it grows through the fight card. I think we're the co-main event, and so I'm just Unified, what a sick promotion. And I've been lined up to fight it a few times, but I haven't got the chance. So my Unified debut, what an awesome fight. Local, two Alberta guys climbing the ranks and going at it. And I think I'm more excited for the energy than anything else. Yeah, not too much added pressure, I don't think. Just go out there and do what I love to do.
Awesome. I can't wait for that. Now, that being said, not only Unified, I mean, Unified's doing wonderful things here in Western Canada. I believe they call it Canada's proving ground is their quote there. And that's exactly what it is. It's awesome because I love
that statement, right? Canada's proving ground is,
that's perfect. It fits it perfectly, right? Yeah. Not only that, but they're also partnered up with streaming, so your fight's going to be streaming on UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah, that's a huge bonus, just because the eyes, the amount of eyes on it. So very excited for that too.
That's awesome. So there you go. Unified MMA 44, easy to watch. So many fight fans out there have the Fight Pass already. If you don't, go subscribe. You're not going to be disappointed. It's pretty much like Netflix for the fight fans.
Yeah. It's insane. It's just the amount of content on there, and you're starting to see too all these other promotions leveling up, and now MMA as it grows, and over the past 10 years, it's just taken this boom. You see all these other organizations that are elite fighters that are competing for their top spot in the bigger promotions, and so the proving grounds is definitely the statement, and it's exciting to see, and that many more eyes on it too. That's one thing too. I'm so excited about being from being in Calgary and being local. Is the energy in the building is going to be electric. I can already tell. I'm excited for that, and that I think will transfer on the Fight Pass as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Uh, no, not that I'm looking past the fight against John coming up, but ideally, here in Canada, it's been pretty strict. Things have been shut down. It's been hard for the average person to even do anything. Never mind an MMA fighter who needs to go to a gym to train, who needs to go to these events with other people and have things open, basically opportunities, right?
Yeah. Everything's
With
slowed down pretty to a halt sometimes.
yeah, and it was brutal for a while there. Ideally, in a perfect world, how many more fights would you like to see in 2022?
I think this year, after this fight, healthy, everything, two more really good fights. I want to stay a little more active now. Like you said, everything slowed down before the pandemic. I was injured. I had a bad injury. And so just, going through that and getting through injuries, I just want to, stay healthy, stay hungry, and, be a bit more active. So I'd like two more after this, and then going into have a really good 2023 as well, end off 2022 fire and go in with a boom for 2023.
Absolutely. I'm just looking here now. Tapology has you ranked number 3 featherweight in Canada, which
Crazy.
amazing stuff there. I mean, that's got to feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the rank, it's just crazy to me too. Years ago, I never would have thought I got into this, and then when I fell into it, something now it's changed my life. I'm super passionate about it. I get to inspire others, and like the gym I work at, the kids get excited to see Tom fighting and competing, and so yeah, it's pretty crazy to see me climbing the rankings, and I love seeing it, and and it too, like the motivation it gives you to keep pushing, right?
Right. Yeah, for sure. Um, Now, I wanted to just briefly ask you, because it's been just about a year now since we've seen you inside the cage. Your last outing was the XFC lightweight tournament.
Lightweight tournament, yeah.
Yes. Now that was 155. Normally you're fighting at featherweight 145. I just wanted to ask you, what was it like fighting at 155? Did you enjoy that a little more or not so much?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I've bounced between both throughout my career, so like I definitely I like how strong I feel at 155. But I mean, again, you're against bigger guys too, so they're strong as well, and the length and stuff. But I like the challenge, and I like both. Like the speed at 145, and just the tactics shift a little bit, and you know yeah, both weight classes I enjoy a lot. And like I said, like I'm doing this because I love it. I'm doing it to challenge myself. And while I can, you can't do this sport forever. So put everything into it. Success is time used effectively. So right now, while I can, put everything into it. And it's my expression of my martial art. So I want to fight 155. I want to fight 145. I like both those weight classes a lot, and it presents slightly different challenges. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, for sure. No, I'd imagine 155. I mean, obviously, like you said, the bigger, but you're also bigger too, right? It's got to be. It's such a toss up there. Like you say, speed over a little bit more power, and it's 10 pounds.
Yeah,
10 pounds
yeah,
doesn't sound like much,
like
but
MMA, like boxing has so many weight categories, but MMA that 10 pounds that makes a big difference too, and especially you go the styles. You got all these people that are different styles. The wrestler that cuts this amount, and or just people that master that cut. Some people don't cut that much, and so you see different challenges presented at each weight class, and yeah, the size thing, like they're a bit bigger, a bit more powerful, and I definitely noticed. I felt strong in my last two 145 or two 155 fights, but both those guys are so long. So
DeMonte Robinson.
that was a cool challenge. Again, what I mean. I love it. I want to learn. I want to make sure that I have that growth mindset, constantly evolving, constantly getting better. And so that was a cool challenge to be presented, that length and that distance. DeMonte, who I fought in that last XFC fight and lost in a decision, same thing. He was a real southpaw. First time I faced a real legitimate southpaw, that's strictly southpaw, and same thing, cool challenges, different things, getting my rhythm. So good lessons there. And you know, anytime you get to spend in the cage, any cage time and getting experience, you get elevated. And so yeah, I learned a lot from that one. So it was cool. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's all valuable time, right?
Yeah.
Experience.
And too, like a decision, right? It's like that's, you know, 15 minutes in there. So
yeah, you know, it's not like you went in there and couldn't hang with them, right?
yeah, it's competitive, very competitive fight. It was a good fight. And it was,
Absolutely.
you know, it was exciting. Definitely things to learn from it. And too, like that with you said, like you said, like we've been so held back and get like with the pandemic and everything, it's almost come to a halt, that I kind of appreciate that amount of time in there. And you know, things were so many hoops to jump through, and rightfully so, whatever it was, but definitely a lot of work to get that fight going and to make that happen. And so we did it, crushed through it, and that amount of cage time, that amount of experience, happy for it, happy for the lessons.
Absolutely. And again, XFC is a decent platform to be showing your arts on as well, right?
And a really cool viewership, like very spread out throughout the world. A lot of Latin America that sees it, and of course UFC Fight Pass. There's going to be people all around the world watching it and tuning into Unified 44, so that'll be awesome. But definitely a cool viewership for XFC.
Awesome. Unified MMA 44, Friday, May 6th. How do you see this one ending? Have any predictions?
Yeah, I'm gonna be myself and do exactly what I love to do, which is heavy pressure. You know, just an absolute storm of pressure. Striking, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. I'm gonna mix everything together. I don't like to do just one thing. I like to mix it all together. So that's what I'm gonna do and present my game. And my prediction is submission or TKO finish in the fight. I don't have a round to pick. I'm just gonna see when he breaks.
Awesome
Wait,
stuff.
no pressure on when he gives me the opportunity, but when he gives it, I'm gonna walk through the door and finish.
Excellent. As you search for, you're currently 9-2, correct?
Yes, yeah,
that's correct. As you search for your double digits there, good luck to you, sir. In that fight, was there any sponsors, anyone you wanted to give any shout outs to?
Yeah, first of all, my team, my family and friends, like it's crazy the amount of support. Like, even like you said, local fight, it's going to be wild to see how many people come out, and I know it's going to be packed with Tom O'Connor fans because the friends and family support system is insane, and I'm so grateful for that. Then my team at PFA, everyone that helps me out there, but a lot of people in Lethbridge that are helping me out, a lot of the MMA fighters, the local MMA fighters from both gyms, PFA, CMC, that are coming out and helping me get reps in. And in these times, you know, you need the very best partners to rep with, and they're all coming out and helping me a lot. So that's been really great. I got a few reps with Dynamic. They're really great as well. So I want to thank them for inviting me out for a few reps. My coach, Brad Wall, Trevor Hardy, again, they put so much time and effort into making sure I'm evolving, making sure I'm getting better. And then sponsors, I got Frontline Towing. They always have my back and are sponsoring me. And of course, Bain Store, unreal sponsors, unreal jiu-jitsu gear too, constantly putting out really cool jiu-jitsu content, and the gear is like mint. So definitely check out Bain Store. It's awesome jiu-jitsu gear. And yeah, that's it for sponsors.
Good stuff, Tom. Well, thanks again for joining us here. I know you're a busy man, especially 3 weeks out from the fight. Once again, Unified MMA 44 going down Friday, May 6th. Tom O'Connor, Big Nasty, taking on John Nguyen. You're not going to want to miss this one. It's going to stream live on UFC Fight Pass. Thanks a lot for joining us, everybody.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I love it. See you again next time.